Ladies and gentlemen, you are not seeing this wrong. This is another posting of the Cave podcast. We are in another emergency episode right now. Yes, when we're doing a point 0.5 episode, I literally just scheduled the upload of of episode 51, and now I'm recording this. So, what's with the emergency? Well, you can read from the title. Persona 4 Remake is happening. Or most likely happening. It is 99% happening, guys. So, earlier today, Scrambled Faz has shown us that Persona 4 RE.jp has been registered. So, let me just, oh yeah, and just like if you guys don't know, I kind of do this 0.5 episode whenever something big happens, and it's usually most of the time it happens, a little bit after the episode is out, but like literally it is date of public of the public release of episode 51, and whenever I do these 0.5 episodes, it's just hey, it's being put up the same day and time, as released, just a little to no editing and just being posted for everyone to see. So yeah, so let me just get things all set up, because when I do this, it's just like off the cuff, nothing's prepared. So let us get into here. I even have a Persona Central article up just talking about it. So Persona 4 Remake domain name possibly registered. Yeah. So, following the naming convention of previously registered Alice domain naming like p3re.jp for Persona 3 Reload, Twitter user Scrambled Faz has discovered the domain name p4re.jp has been created as of March 20th, 2025. So literally today, or yesterday in terms of Japan time. So, blocking the details of the registration like recently listed Atlas domain names when looking up the ownership information, this domain name could potentially point to a Persona 4 remake project in the same vein as P3R. For the P3R domain name created on March 15th, 2023, 2 years ago, the name was subsequently revealed 3 months later during the Xbox Games Showcase. And to just show Faz's tweet here. Yep. 2 years ago, P3R was registered. 3 months later, Reload was revealed. So now it just got me thinking, how long has this Persona 4 remake been in the works? Because because if I'm remembering right, like it was revealed in an interview that Persona 3 Reload was in the works when it was like after a survey, and then we saw the oh man, what was that? Actually, let me just look this up real quick. Development. Okay. Development roadmap, because I remember we covered this on an episode here. So Central, and I'm just using. Yeah. Found it. I think. Where is it? I remember we covered this. It was like it showed like the development time. Okay, so you got this. Yep. Oh yeah, I was using prior window, but so the history of Persona 3 Reload. Firstly, we know that many people want to remake. This reached us in many ways, including the survey that Alice says conducts each year. So this is from last year, June last year. No, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, 2023. So this was just after the reveal of Reload. Okay. Uh. Okay, so it was an important project for us on the development side, something that we couldn't start half-heartedly. The idea has been around for some time, however, the development did not progress until the latter half of 2019. So it started at least pre-production in 2019, and then full, and then released last year, and then revealed 2023. So yeah, and I remember that it was said that development was done in 2023, but then they had to or 2022 around that time, and then it took a year for translation and localization throughout 2023, and then release in 2024. And then let's see here. Let me move this back because I was looking for something else. Let's see. Persona development roadmap. Come on. Where did I find this? Okay, here we go. Yeah. So, opening this up. Yeah, so this is our, roadmap timeline. So, started development in 2019. So, around August 2019, that Persona 3 Reload started development, and then all the way up to around September 9th or September or October of 2023, where it's finished development and then polishing and all that stuff. And this is where late January, early February, where P3R was released. So when within this time did they start Persona 4R's development? That is something I want to know. And this is also Persona Central from 2024. Yeah, so this was updated. Not 2024, but 2020. So I don't remember when this was updated. Yeah, but it included Tactica. So this is so basically constantly updating whenever a new game is released and whatnot. So yeah. And this is for Japan mainly. So yeah. So this is I would have to feel like it would have to be within, since this is like a 4-year time span, 2019 to 20, 2021, 2022, 22, 23. So yeah, a 4-year time span for development on P3R. So it would have to take another similar time for this to, to come out as well. So if this is coming out next year, this would have been in the works since 2022. Okay. But this is, speculations. We have no confirmation about this. If this is real, I mean, if it's actually confirmed that it is happening, but based on, things that we've heard from others, like the Persona 4 vocalist recording songs for an unannounced title for possibly Persona 4, the Persona 4 remake. So it could be literally anything that, when this could be possibly, shown off. And again, I've talked about this. We talked about this on episode 49 on the podcast, when this was first shown off. I have no idea where, the voice acting or, singing for music happens whenever it comes in game development. I was told that usually with voice acting, That usually comes at the end of development. Where that is with this game, no idea. But if this does happen, you know, if this is real and it is happening, and they're doing the same sort of, you know, kind of register and then reveal, we might be seeing this in June during, well, we don't know if Alice and Xbox are still having, their marketing marketing partnership, but we could see this being officially revealed during Summer Games Fest, or possibly in a Xbox development, or maybe if Sony's having something, or even Nintendo. We have no idea, because hey, what platform is this gonna be on? And I kind of doubt it's gonna be on PlayStation 4, because they didn't do it for Metaphor. Well, they did digitally. They did it digitally for PS4. So, I mean, they might do it for PS4 again, but just make it digital and then have a physical version for the new gen consoles. We have no idea about if this is, if this is gonna be going on or anything like that. But I've just been, seeing mixed reactions to, this to the domain reveal of Persona 4 Remake. Whenever we get that, get that confirmation and that reveal, there are people like, yeah, awesome, Persona 4 is getting a remake. And then there's also this side like, no, Persona 4 shouldn't be getting a remake. It's still good. The gameplay is still fine. It all runs okay. Well, not okay, but like still runs good. And I see both sides of it, because yeah, Persona 4 is an old game. It is literally running on, at least the original Persona 4 runs on the same engine as Persona 3. It is literally like a reskin of Persona 3, but obviously changing up the characters, the towns, and updating the gameplay, right? To be better and fix what was wrong with Persona 3. Now, Golden improves what was wrong with Persona 4, and add a bunch more content to it, story, personas, a whole bunch of that. Now they're most likely trying to make Persona 4 basically the same as Persona 3 and Persona 5 in terms of how it all looks and how it all plays. And they will essentially update how the gameplay is, changing the dungeons from just a standard dungeon crawler to more making more expansive and have more unique layouts that isn't just, it's just all a flat plane. So make it more unique dungeon styles, which I'm for that. I am, because I will say that it is a bit plain that it is just, hey, just for the walls around you all basically the same, just close off, and just, hey, you're going through similar pathways. So that is something I would love with this Persona 4 remake. And obviously, we get to see, updated models, of course, because then, they're essentially like, they might be using, an updated version of the Persona 4 dancing models that they have with like the Persona 4 dancing release that was on PS4. So obviously they're gonna be doing that. And what I get with people's, dissatisfaction with this potential Persona 4 Remake is the whole story, the course, and what's happens in the game. So with what happens with Kanji, with Naoto, and not sure if the game is going to be changing things or they're going to be trying to do still a faithful remake as they did with Persona 3. And so there goes with what I'm talking about is that with the they cut out uh some dialogue with Yusuke Yosuke Yosuke. I'm not sure if it was in the original Persona 4 or if it was in Golden, but there was some cut dialogue with his social link that not sure if they're gonna be adding that back into it or they're just gonna leave it out. So that whole thing is so those three main things is just be like what a lot of Persona fans are being annoyed that this is gonna be come up for the new Persona fans who are just coming into the series who've never played Persona 4 and just like, oh, I don't want to be part of this discourse anymore when I'm trying, or trying to, enjoy the series. And I'm talking about like, what people are saying when it comes to this. And like, yeah, I'm on that same annoyed discussion that like when this is released, it's gonna be happening again. And I've seen like a few people say like, oh, I'm gonna have to, mute the words, Kanji, Naoto, and Yosuke. When the game comes out, because I don't want to see all that on my timeline. And I might be one of those who's gonna be like, yeah, I might have to add those words to it. Just like, it's gonna be annoying. Just like, not see, Naruto artwork. Just like, I don't want to see that discourse on my timeline, like on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, wherever. Just like, man, I already see like some dumb discourse on Instagram when it comes to anime. Just like. Like people on like Instagram just like, man, I wish this anime can remove this stuff, like, or anime needs to change this for me. Just like, and all just like in my head, just like, they're not gonna be changing the anime for you. The anime is not made for Western audience. It's made for Japanese audience first. Why would they change it for you when their audience is Japan first? But like, anyway, just like. This is gonna be This is gonna be big for both Atlas, Sega, and everyone in the world. And and people are also saying like, oh, are they gonna keep the same voice cast, or are they gonna be changing it like they did with Reload? Now with Reload, there were the only not the only cast member, like the only two people who didn't really return for Reload was Vic Mignogna and the original voice actress of Fuka. Now, Fuka, we have no idea who she is or what happened to her, but with Vic, just like there was a whole debacle that happened in between 2016 2018. It was around the time the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie came out, so it was all that, and then he essentially became blacklisted and just like, okay, so we're really not gonna be seeing him anymore. So, but like it would technically be down to just Vic because they replaced Fuka with the arena game. So yeah, it was just Fuka. I mean, yeah, so it was just Vic at this point. Like they will most likely replacing majority of the cast except for the Velvet Room attendants, because like for some reason they didn't replace Elizabeth, but they no I need to check because I'm pretty Persona 5 Igor voice actor voice actor. Yeah. So with Persona 5 onward, Igor's voice actor is Kirk Thorne. So they're still gonna be keeping Kirk Thorne as Igor, and then they're most likely gonna bring back Margaret and Marie for voice actors for if well, Margaret for sure. Marie, that is up to that is something we don't know. We don't know if they're even going to be adding anything from the Golden games into here, because with Reload, they didn't really excuse me, they didn't really add anything from Portable to it. They didn't add MC to it, or none of her social links to it. So there's that. And they did add the answer from FES. That was added as DLC for later. So yeah, that was the main thing that wasn't added. Is just the Femcy and all her social links. But they kind of fixed that with the whole, link episodes with the male party members. So it's sort of kind of like that, but with Golden, we have no idea if they're going to be, still keeping Marie in there and her story and all that stuff. We don't know if they're going to be keeping, the motorbikes or, the whole everything surrounding Marie and any addition added to Golden. No idea. I hope that they do keep it, just to, because people have, said that, hey, we wanted a definitive version of Persona 3. People are still upset that Reload isn't that, and essentially have to play Reload and Portable. And the minor few who's like, oh, I don't like the voice cast. Nah, it's 3 for them. But, yeah, this is something it is something we just gonna have to keep on speculation, take it with a grain of salt about what could be happening with this remake. And I will most likely play it. like I was on, I made a video on it last year saying, hey, does Persona 4 need a remake? No. But if it happens, I'd be alright with it. All I'm just upset is just with the discourse that's gonna be going on with the fan base. That's all the annoying thing that's gonna be happening. that I will most likely be upset with. It's not with the game. It's gonna be with the fan base. And with how localization is, they might change up things that is being said to please the people who just never mind. It is just something that is really wild. It is happening. I played the OG Persona 4. Technically, not really the OG. I didn't play the disc version. I played the PS2 version on PS3, but still, I played the OG. I played the Persona 4 version. Golden version on both. Well, not both. Vita and PS4, but I played the Vita version, and I have the PS4 version, and I played all the other games. Now, seeing that this remake is somewhat real, it's kind of hard to believe. And also, there was another thing that showed up, just it was this tweet here, saying Persona 1 and 2 were ahead of the Persona 4 in the official anticipated remake poll, and Alice has decided to pretend it didn't happen and do another version of Persona 4 again. And that was you right? That is just it is literally Persona 2 duology tied with first with Persona 3. And we're just jumping to 4 again. Now I understand, again, they're most likely doing the thing they did with the original Persona 3, and just hey, make it on top of Persona, make Persona 4 on top of Persona 3. they're most likely doing that when in terms of like development, because they already technically did that with Persona 5. So it's just like, yeah, it's what they're going for. But like, I just feel like we're never gonna be getting a Persona 1 and 2 duology remake, because that is what needs to happen. Because just like it feels like they're not recognizing Persona 1 and Persona 2. It's all just 3, 4, and 5, 3, 4, and 5, 3, 4, and 5. Besides the DLC costumes that you might get in some of their games, that's not really recognizing because it's just the same thing over and over again. Just like, we want to see Persona 1 and 2 games come back. Because we wouldn't have 3, 4, and 5 without 1 and 2. You can't just like, how do I count to 5? 3, 4, 5. No. You start with 1, then you go to 2. But yeah, we're gonna, call it here, because it's just a 0.5 episode. It's not gonna be a full length episode. But yeah, Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Remake is happening in some way or form, and it might be revealed sooner than we think. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this Persona 4 Remake? Are you for this Persona 4 Remake? Are you against this Persona 4 Remake? What are you, and if it is real, what do you hope to see change, improve from like the original Persona 4 and Golden version? And what do you hope to see, still remain the same? Because obviously there are things that should change. There are some things that shouldn't, that shouldn't change. Just let us know in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys next time on the Cafe Podcast. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.